Do you know that most healthcare workers, despite being very hardworking and smart people, report feeling financially stuck every day? Not lazy, not irresponsible, and definitely not failing, but just stuck. Even on good salaries or after years in the NHS, or even after promotions. In this video, I want to talk to you about why this happens. Why so many healthcare workers feel behind financially, why success doesn't always feel secure, and why high achievers struggle the most emotionally with money. We'll talk about burnout, comparison, guilt around money, and the psychology that keeps many healthcare workers trapped. Welcome back everyone if you're new here. My name is Nico, I'm a Band 7 respiratory physio in London, and I've been working in the NHS for over 6 years now. This channel is dedicated to healthcare workers who want to find clarity, build confidence, and create a wealthy life without burning out. Because honestly, nobody teaches us this stuff. One thing I notice a lot in healthcare, especially in the NHS and my colleagues, is something I called delayed living. We become very good at sacrificing. We sacrifice sleep, energy, weekends, relationships sometimes, and over time, that mindset can leak into money as well. We tell ourselves, I'll enjoy life later, I'll sort out my money later, I'll rest later. But later keeps moving and then you wake up exhausted. Earning more than before, but somehow not feeling any freer. And that's a painful feeling, especially for high achievers. We all know healthcare work is so stressful, emotionally stressful. And when humans are stressed, we self-soothe. And for some people, that means spending. Online shopping, takeaways, last-minute holidays, treating ourselves constantly. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying people should never enjoy their money, that's not the point. The problem is when spending money becomes the recovery. Because burnout recovery through spending is spenny, and sadly, temporary. You might feel better for a few hours, but then stress comes back, the next shift comes, and then the cycle repeats. And a lot of us are really trapped in this cycle quietly. Another thing I see a lot, especially with ambitious healthcare workers, is what I call identity attachment. Your worth becomes linked purely to productivity. Helping, achieving, being the most useful. So resting becomes, well, just not right. And slowing down feels guilty. Even learning about money can feel selfish. But I believe wealth is not greed. Wealth is giving yourself more options. It's breathing space, for example, being able to reduce your shifts if you're burnt out. And spend that time with family, take more career risks safely. Or to leave toxic environments if it's needed. Financial security changes massively your relationship with work. Healthcare is also so full of comparison, isn't it? Who's a band 6, who's band 7, who's just bought a house, and really who seems the most successful. And of course social media makes it worse, especially when you compare yourself to people outside of healthcare. We're flooded with images of people who are our age, who are working remotely, travelling more, earning more, buying property earlier, and that can make us healthcare workers feel behind. And sadly that becomes emotional pressure, and a lot of the time that leads to bad financial decisions. Trying to catch up what I call the lifestyle creep. But there's usually overworking and exhaustion that's not far behind. And here's the main one for me. Many healthcare workers are highly educated, but financially undereducated. And that's not an insult, it's just reality. We learn anatomy, pathology, physiology, clinical reasoning, but nobody teaches us about tax, investing, ISAs, let alone pensions, debt management. So many healthcare are trying to build financial security, but without any guidance or direction. And when people feel confused, well, we just avoid the topic. And that's why some healthcare workers earn decent salaries, yet still feel anxious about money constantly. The deepest part is that a lot of healthcare workers look successful on the outside, but internally they feel trapped, especially because society assumes that healthcare workers must be doing well. But sadly, we're overwhelmed, but we're really good at keeping it quiet. By the way, if this video is helping you think differently, take a second to like and subscribe. This channel is specifically for healthcare workers who are trying to build a better relationship with money, their career, but also their life. Right, so what can healthcare workers do then? Here's a few practical steps to start with. First, build an emergency fund, even a small one, because financial breathing room reduces anxiety massively. For me, it's about setting aside about 3 months of essential spending, so that's for rent, food and bills, so about £6,500. Second, track your spending without judgment, not to shame yourself, but just to understand your patterns. I've been doing this for a while now through a spreadsheet, and it helped me cut down on a lot of subscriptions that I actually forgot about, and that's already saved me hundreds if not thousands of pounds over a long period of time. Third, learn basic investing but slowly. You don't need to become a finance expert overnight. Start simple. Consistency matters most here. And you've already started doing this through watching this video. Hearing financial terms regularly will make you learn naturally. An investing platform that I've been using over the last few years is called Trading212. It's a platform with very low fees, which also has lots of resources to learn about investing. Fourth, remember that you are valuable even when you rest. So try and separate your self-worth with productivity. I know it's not easy when you're constantly literally told at work to optimize your time as much as possible. Scheduling in your diary rest time every week can be a good start. Fifth, define what wealth actually means to you. For some people, it's early retirement. For others, it's part-time work, perhaps even freedom and flexibility. Wealth is personal. And finally, sixth, because sometimes the problem is not money alone, it's more of a lack of capacity, energy and boundaries. Let's stop trying to solve burnout with income only. And if you need help sussing out what's stopping you moving forwards or even feeling satisfied in your life, I currently offer one-to-one coaching services, which is all remotely. If that sounds good to you, drop me an email at the address below. So the biggest mindset shift for today is that you're not bad with money and you're definitely not failing. You are a healthcare worker inside a very demanding system, but you're also allowed to become financially confident. You're a healthcare worker and a future wealth builder, and both can exist together. So I'll leave you with this question. What would financial security actually change in your life? Would you work differently, rest differently? And if this video has helped, please like, subscribe, and share it with another healthcare worker, because honestly a lot more people than you think are struggling quietly. Lastly, if you want a deep dive into how the NHS pension scheme works and whether it's enough to retire early, click on this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.